And welcome back. Today I have the most useful thing that I'm going to be using a lot for my traveling. And well, I do have a shirt here, and it's going to be a demo on how this thing works. Yeah, sometimes some of us have like some wrinkly clothes. As you can see, this one's actually pretty bad. And sometimes it's even worse. My stuff gets pretty grungy sometimes. This is going to be the Neakasa Vacuum Steamer. Very unique tool here. If you guys are interested in this, check the description below. I will leave a link so that way you guys can purchase. This has to be like one of the best things that I've seen in a long time. So let's just jump straight into this. So here we go. It should be pretty simple to use. Now, because I am here traveling abroad, I am going to be testing this thing out here. So there is some instructions inside the box on how this thing works. So it should be pretty simple. If you guys know how to iron, stuff like that, it should be very easy. So I gotta say, the quality on this thing just feels very good. You open this thing up here at the bottom, and this will give you your water. So here it is. You just pop it open, place the water here. So let me do that now. And then once you have it full of water, just go ahead and place it right there, and it should be that simple. Here is my plug. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in here. I do have my shirt, so very curious to see how fast this is going to work. I was able to see these guys at CES, and I got to say, when I saw them in person, it was just great. So it should be pretty simple and straightforward. Here's the power button right there, and then here it looks like your steamer thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and push the button, and you see now it's flashing. So now just keep in mind, right now, because it is on, it is hot, and now it's making a sound because the steam is coming out. Now, the very first thing I always have to say is when a steamer first turns on, sometimes it spits a little bit of the water there. So just be sure you're not pointing it to yourself. But there it is right there. You can definitely see the steam coming out. It does feel nice and warm. Again, when you first turn it on, sometimes it does spit the water out. So just give it a second. So now it's really coming out. That's really nice. So when you do click on that button here, that's going to be the vacuum part. So listen in. Cool. So it's doing two dual things at the same time. If you want it to pause, just hit that power button and it'll pause itself. And then just hit it again, and then it'll start turning on. So red means we're going. Green means pause. So very simple. So here is my shirt, and I don't know if you guys can tell how wrinkly it is, but it's pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this here. So just basic steam. It's doing its thing, and like I said, most steamers do this. There's nothing fancy about just the steaming part. Now, I do have to say though, even though there's nothing too fancy about it, it is a lot of steam that does come out, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on that vacuum. I'm going to place it here, turn on the vacuum, and see how it works. Now I have to say, after just a few seconds, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that thing looks amazing. It looks perfect. It's not too hot either. It actually doesn't feel hot at all, but it looks really good. Now, I did see the picture here. It does show that you could put it down on some kind of table and then just use it like that. So I would suggest this would almost be very similar to maybe an iron, where you just place it down, hit it on, and then just go. Yeah, so this is pretty incredible. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell the difference on this side, but if you guys can see it, you guys can see how clear it is. Now, if I show you the back, I don't know if you guys can see how wrinkly it is, but the back does have like a lot of wrinkles right there on the bottom still. I didn't do the back area, just this one side, and it just wiped everything out. It is so clean and smooth. I do like that pause feature. Now, I do say this thing is warm. I would not suggest touching it, but if I do hit that unpause, it'll go back to the last setting. So there you go. So the steam is still coming out. When it is sucking, it sucks the air this way and then it blows it right back out that way. And that should be pretty simple. And then once you're done, just go ahead and hit that power button. Just hold it for like 3 seconds and it'll turn off. Yeah, this is my amazing steamer that you have to have when you're traveling. It's a little bit big, a little bit heavy. You can see the size of this thing. But like I said, there is some weight to this. Maybe they'll come up with like a portable mini or something, just maybe half the size just for us traveling people. But yeah, this thing works great. Once it's done, again, because this metal piece is extremely hot, like an iron, it's a 3-in-1. You have the metal piece, which is like an iron, the steam so that way it takes out the wrinkles out pretty quick, and then the suction so that way when it's pulling in the shirt, it's keeping it in and straight, and you don't get extra wrinkles. Like you won't iron a wrinkle onto that and then it stays there. And if it does, the steam takes it out super fast. So yeah, I have to say this is my #1 gadget that I have to bring when I'm traveling. Pretty good stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I always try to get you guys here all the latest and greatest stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one.